Welcome to the Hangout Sessions. Myself, Travis, here with Seb. And, well, a few weeks ago, we were talking about Man United and how rosy everything was and how everything was just going by smoothly. What's going on, Seb, man? Like, three losses in a week.
It's all different now, man. It's all different. Honeymoon period's over.
So
Like,
soon.
so soon. So soon. Where do I start, man? Okay. The City game last weekend. Like, it's Man City, so they're title competitors, so it can happen. You can lose like that.
Mm,
But I was confident going into that game. Like, I didn't expect us to be dominated in the manner we was in the first half of that match.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it was a bit stumping. Like,
It would have been a bit of a shock, especially like you've just been rolling teams over, really. Obviously, you've not been smashing teams like 4-5-0, but they've been pretty simple victories. So for that to just happen, what's it, with first 20 minutes, it was just so one-sided. First half, really.
yeah, man. I mean, during that game and since that game, like we're like a bunch of strangers. Like there's no balance to the team. Like we're not keeping the ball. Man City couldn't keep the ball. Feyenoord couldn't keep the ball. Again today against Watford couldn't keep the ball. I get
Mm.
straight into it because it's the topic on everyone's lips at United. Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Rooney.
yeah, yeah.
Like it seems like Mourinho is trying to build the team around him. Like it's where does Rooney fit in kind of thing. More so than like I mean Pogba just paid £90 million for him, so you should build in the team around him. But it seems
Mm.
like Rooney's got to play. So if you play with Rooney where you want to play him number 10, then you got to play Pogba, your £90 million player, and hold him midfielder. We saw in the Euros you can't play that role. We saw today you can't play that role.
Mm. It's very
But then you play,
strange from the outside looking in. Like everything that's happening in that midfield three is just not is looking at it from a non-biased perspective. I just don't understand. Like, who would you put there instead of Rooney?
instead of Rooney, I'll go over midfield three. So you're gonna have either I don't know Morgan Schneiderlin or Daley Blind holding.
Mm,
Left, you're gonna have Pogba where he wants to be playing,
mm,
build the team around him. And then the right side of the midfield, you got to play Ander Herrera. Someone that's gonna like Herrera's got heart. Number one, I love that. Number two, he can control the game. His passing, like you can't fault him when he's passing. He's gonna make things happen. He's gonna keep things ticking in midfield. But really today, on the right of that midfield three, like his touch was lacking, no quality.
yeah,
Like,
I saw a video of all his mistakes today, like, and it looked when obviously you can make anyone look good or bad with a highlight reel, but it looked bad. Like it
mm,
was like a highlight reel of all his mistakes. Seemed was a bit harsh.
yeah, I remember there's one instance in the game where like he's got all the time in the world to put a cross in, and he's ballooning it straight off the pitch. Like things like that, moments like that, you got to be making like pay if you're a
Mm.
quality player. And Rooney's just not doing it at the moment, man. He's got to be out of that team, in my
It's
humble opinion.
it's interesting because one of the things that sometimes like a commenter or someone will tweet us over a video, and we had a commenter like just he completely slated one of our videos about Rooney, saying that Rooney's a legend and he deserves to be picked and played when he wants. And it's just like, how can I don't, you're entitled to your opinion, but I just don't see how you can feel a player should be accommodated because of past glories. Like it makes no sense.
Yeah,
I feel like he's been accommodated not just at Man United but with England. Like he's past his best. We saw Rooney at his best, and he's just not at his best anymore.
yeah, man. Not taking anything away from his
Mm,
accomplishments at all. He's been a great player for the club. But if you honestly think, as a United fan, that his general play, contributions in his general play, then I don't know what you're watching. Like, yeah, okay, come up with one moment where he
mm.
might put an assist in or a goal, cool, but that's not always enough. That's not always enough, man.
I
Against these games like today, we should have been beating Watford.
Yeah, to me, and number 10, I cannot understand how Mata or Herrera's not playing there. Really, even Mata, like, and but with Pogba as
Mm.
well. I think Pogba he used to have Pirlo next to him back in the day. Like, I feel like he needs a controller next to him. I don't know if Fellaini's the guy to be next to him. You know what I mean? I don't always agree with Scholes, but when he said that, I was like, wow, like I've actually thought that. But then you can say, well, why would you spend 90 million on a player that needs another person next to him? One question I did want to ask you is what happened to Schweinsteiger? Like, where is he? Like, what happened in the end? Like,
It's a weird one. He got announced in the squad for the Premier League this season, so
mm,
that will kind of insinuate that Mourinho intends to use him in the Premier League.
yeah,
But I don't really see how he's going to get on the bench. I mean, you've got Schneiderlin, you've got Fellaini, you've got obviously Pogba, Herrera, Carrick as well to accommodate.
I don't know.
Like,
I was gonna say I don't know if it's like a stamina reason or he's just not fit. But like looking at it, pure footballer, surely him next to Pogba would just work. Like I cannot see, or is it just not? Is that not workman-like enough? Is that not? I do not. I'm just asking a question, like because I feel like Schweinsteiger is a footballer. Do you know what I mean? Baller, like
yeah,
baller,
yeah, yeah.
baller. He'll find Pogba all day. But is it one of them ones where it's not sturdy enough? I'm just asking a question, really. I don't know.
I think we've seen in the past, like, Mourinho, like one stiff centre midfielder. Like, we've seen Matic at Chelsea. He had Makaleli, sorry, in his first stint at Chelsea.
Mm,
Real Madrid, can't remember who it was now. He had Khedira at Real
yeah.
Madrid. So I don't think Schweinsteiger quite fits that
Could he
profile.
not?
I mean, Fellaini's done a good job
Yeah. I just don't feel like
in terms of breaking up play.
I just don't feel like there's that guy that can always find Pogba. You know what I mean? Like you look at Arsenal, Cazorla will find Ozil in there all day. Do you know what I mean? You'll collect it from the back, you'll turn, you'll find the other midfield players. I'm just not really seeing that from Fellaini. He's just not a baller like that to me. But
No, he's not. He's not.
one thing I observed earlier was you getting United were getting killed with the cutbacks, man. What was going on there? Like, so I think that might be this is either Pogba, Fellaini, or Mourinho's fault, really. Like, I think it was Capu and was it Zuniga's goal as
Zuniga,
well?
yeah.
Yeah, like both of them
Yeah,
were cutbacks to the edge of the box. Like that's no one's covering.
yeah. I mean, Fellaini was sort of vacating a lot of space that he should have been covering defensively today. That's one sort of thing that I picked out from that game.
Mm,
On top of that, Chris Smalling didn't quite look himself that we saw last season. I mean, obviously, Bailly's been used to having Daily Blind next to him like a settling figure. Someone's going to sort of control the defence, be a bit more organised. Plus, with the fact that Smalling ain't really played too much this season, it looks a bit unsettled. Like,
mm.
so I think that's a big factor.
It's interesting that you bring up Smalling because I think everyone was like towards the end of last season, he had a lot of at the start of last season, I would say he had a lot of critics and it wasn't the best of seasons for United, but I think he won over a lot of people. Smalling, like he definitely won me over. Like as okay, this guy, you know, he's not as bad as I thought he is. He's all right, innit? Like so, it's interesting that you picked him out. Why did
100%.
why did Blind not play? Like, was it just a bit of rotation?
I'm not even sure. I mean, okay, he was a bit at fault for the goal last week against Man City.
Oh yeah. When
So
De Bruyne like nipped in front of him, like
that's right.
yeah.
So I don't know if it's because of that. I don't know.
Did he start
I
against
think
Feyenoord?
no, he didn't. He didn't. It was Smalling
Yeah.
and Bailly again.
Mm.
So I don't know if Mourinho is trying to bring Smalling back into the fold, but I think Blind's got to play there. It's proved a lot of people wrong in terms of playing as a centre back.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to play him centre back, this is my next point of fact. I mean, in centre back and put him in centre midfield with Paul Pogba, someone that can sit, dictate play,
Yeah.
get them balls coming forward,
Yeah.
like forward thinking and Fellaini is. Like, this is another thing I want to raise as well. Like, today, we should not be sitting back against Watford, absorbing pressure and look to spring a counter attack. Like, you're Man United,
Yeah.
you should be dominating that game. Put Daily Blind into that team, he's going to control the play, front foot. But with Fellaini, we're not going to be doing that.
Yeah. Like
He's not a ball player.
you're right. You're right. And like when you get Mourinho as your manager, this will happen really realistically. And I think I don't know. It's a bit of a defense first kind of mentality, isn't it? Like keep it sturdy first mentality. But you shouldn't really be thinking about that away at Watford.
I thought that was maybe the original plan because Watford come at the traps flying started that game. So I don't know if it was a reactive sort of
thing. Yeah.
decision to that, but even so, like you should be trying to grip that game by the scruff of the neck and say, right, we're United, let's play. Like we've got Pogba on the pitch, we've got Ibra on the pitch, we've got Martial, so let's go for this. Like, you know what I mean? Didn't see that at all. Haven't seen that in the last 3 games, to be fair.
I was a bit disappointed with Mourinho after the game because after the Watford game because he came out and he made quite a few excuses like pointing towards the referee and whatnot. Like I'm unsure whether he really feels this way or whether it's just something that he's trying to do to keep the players from feeling the pressure. Like what what was it that upset him? Like really because I just couldn't really I couldn't put my finger on why he was upset. Was it what decision was it?
What do you say? The referees? There's one decision,
Yeah,
the
he wasn't.
Martial foul.
Which one was that? Was that before the first goal? What one was that?
Before the first goal, Martial's on the left.
Yeah.
It could have gone either way because the player got a
Yeah,
touch to the ball,
mm, that's up to interpretation of the ref, really, or the
just
linesman,
swings and
or whatever,
roundabouts.
innit? Do you know what I mean? But he made a big deal about that, and it's kind of like, I want to hear what you. He's one of them managers that I am interested to hear what he has to say after the game. Like, I don't care what Arsene Wenger's got to say after the game, really. I don't really care what anyone's got to say after the game, but he's one of them. He's one of them characters. You know what I mean? Like Joey Barton after the game, you want to hear what he's got to say. Like one of them guys, like Jose Mourinho, you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
hear what
yeah.
he's got to say. Like, and I was disappointed with that, really.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, that I did raise sort of before Mourinho coming to the club that he does sort of like make the
Mm,
controversial statements, but I guess, like you said, it's sort of to take a bit of the attention away from the players.
yeah,
Um, I mean, one thing he did do was sort of praise Ashley Young, who come and did very well
yeah. What
in
happened?
the match. So that was good.
Did Martial get injured?
Yeah, Martial went injured, took a knock to the head in that one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but he's another one that's been a bit disappointing this season. I don't know what's happened to him because even in the Euros, he didn't look quite himself.
I feel like it's almost as if he's having to go out wide for now in his career because at club and country, they're just generals in the position he wants to play. If you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like he wants to be up through the top, and I don't know really, but he seems like dare I say it, an Henry-esque type striker anyway. Like, does he want to be out on the wing? Because I feel like he'll score goals. He looks to me like he can finish. But I rate him personally. But
Yeah, definitely. He just looks short of any confidence
mm,
that we saw him playing with under Van Gaal last season.
you can never really tell with him though, because his body language looked like that when he was on fire as well. So you can never really
True,
tell how
very
he feels.
passive.
Yeah, I quite like it really, but um, Depay, man, what's going on with him? What's going on with him? Because we spoke about this guy over a season now. What's his Man United future looking like? What do you
If
think of
you,
him?
he's one of them players where, like, obviously he scored a lot of goals in the Dutch league. Like,
Mm.
we know he's a flair player. He's got it under his bonnet, but the Premier League's like a different kettle of fish. I mean, Mourinho has spoken quite highly of him. What was quite telling for me was how he kept his number 7 shirt.
Yeah,
I think that's a big thing. Um, but Mourinho's sort of saying that he's waiting for sort of the FA Cup to kick in, Carling Cup to kick in, Europa League, then he's going to get more game time.
mm.
He's starting to. He played in the Europa League, He came on today,
So
albeit quite late in the game.
how did he play on Thursday, like against Feyenoord? Was it a good performance, or did he just was it like did he make an impact, positive impact? Like what did you think?
Not really. He didn't really have a chance to though. Like
Mm.
we've not really seen many chances being created last few games as well. This is another thing.
Probably.
So anyone coming in to attack is going to have to sort of make things for themselves.
Mm.
Like Ibra kind of has showing at the moment.
Yeah, I
Like,
see. What 2 shots on target today against Watford? 2 shots,
yeah, yeah.
not really good enough.
It's hard on Rashford as well because he sort of happens to do things by himself, which he is.
Yeah,
He's scoring a couple goals here and there, but like you need sort of your team behind you. Really, like you can't do it all by yourself every single match, which is the frustrating thing. Sort of watching, like
the contrast of our last couple of the last United related video we done on the Hangout Sessions to this one is just crazy, man. They say a week's a long time in football. We haven't even spoke about United for about 2-3 weeks, and everything's different, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, if you told me 2 weeks ago that I'll be saying this to you right now after that chat, I would have
Yeah.
just laughed. I would have been like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah, because it looked like you looking like a well-oiled machine, just beating teams, not smashing them to pieces, but beating teams.
it's looking competent. Yeah, man.
Mm.
Yeah, but next game,
We
I
got
can't remember who.
well, you got Northampton away in the League Cup, so that
And then Leicester.
and then Leicester at home. Like that's difficult because okay, a lot of players who are probably struggling for confidence right now are going to Northampton. Will probably play Depay, etc.
Mm.
And you have been turned over in recent years by lower league opposition, so it might be like, don't know, but it should come through that. But then Leicester at home, not going to be easy at all. But yeah,
Yeah, and they're flying at the moment as well. Look full of confidence.
do you know what I mean? They after the Liverpool game, they've got back to 2 wins now. Goals. I think was that 2 clean sheets. I'm not too sure if they kept 2 clean sheets. I think they may have done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2-3-0s, wasn't it?
Yeah, see what I mean? So that's not going to be easy. Lunchtime kickoff as well. And teams are going to Old Trafford without fear nowadays. That's another thing, but that's a whole different conversation.
Oh,
Yeah.
exactly. But all we can hope for is that Mourinho instills a bit more confidence into the players midweek, and we just go again, man. Just you don't want 3 Premier League losses on the bounce, really and truly.
Yeah. What do you think about like before we wrap this up? What do you think about League Cup and Europa League? Like what like are they your priorities? Like do you care? Like what like I had
I
to
think
ask you.
main priorities definitely got to be the Premier League. Some money on Pogba,
Yeah.
world record transfer. You can't be saying or going for anything otherwise, really and truly. Like
Yeah.
a statement of intent. Anything else is a bonus, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's kind of like you would like it as a cherry on top.
yeah, definitely. But a good showing in the Premier League is imperative.
Yeah.
Like you want to be challenging. Anything else, bonus.
Seen. All right, okay. Well, that's what we think over at the Hangout Sessions. Obviously, Seb's a Man United fan, so that was him telling you what he thinks. Really, I don't really know. So I was asking. I'm gonna reserve judgment because I'm seeing Arsenal fans are laughing at Pogba. I don't even think it's just Arsenal fans, but it seems to mainly be them. Like at the moment, like obviously Arsenal got a massive internet presence, so I'm seeing crazy memes. I'm seeing highlights
It's
of.
all banter at the moment.
I'm seeing Pogba smacking the ball into the stands. I'm seeing videos with Pogba dancing. Like I'm seeing polls, Twitter polls. Is Pogba a better footballer or a dancer? Like legit. Like I need to know. People asking them mad questions. Like
I'm seeing videos of RS stabbing a man and saying it's Pogba.
I'm seeing videos of Troy Deeney dabbing today, and like, oh man,
Don't you're gonna upset me, Travis.
it's fun. Wow. For the rest of the internet, it's funny because when you come with a big tag like that, you gotta perform. But yeah, this is just what we think, man. If you enjoyed that, make sure you subscribe. Go and like our Facebook page. Like follow us on Twitter because we're active on Twitter, man. Like don't underestimate the Twitter. Primarily, we make videos, but the Twitter's active, so go and follow us on there and tweet us and whatnot. We are out.